Welcome to Garden International School. At GIS, continuous innovation, improvement and excellence are driven by our mission, values and purpose. In this pursuit, Apple technology has helped us to provide a personalised learning experience that builds brave, brilliant and inquisitive young minds.
We have a technology-rich environment to enhance and transform our approaches to learning and support the development of our students. To achieve this, we've built a dynamic digital ecosystem in which Apple technology is integral to support innovative learning practices. Our younger learners have access to iPads from Year 3 to Year 9, bring their own iPad and accessories into school. Year 10 and above are free to choose an iPad or MacBook.
There are limitless possibilities when we're creative with technology. Seeing the students taking that technology and then harnessing it themselves in their own work is just wonderful. The capability to actually immerse our students in any context that we wished and then highlight that with using the iPad and that whole idea of controlling stage lighting, LEDs, just straight away just clicks and is able to really create some fantastic spaces and environments for our students to learn in. Taking risks, being imaginative and really developing some quite innovative ways of working.
I really enjoy using Apple devices in classes, especially with drama, when sometimes just pressing a button will change the whole room and it'll make it a whole different experience, and it makes the classes much more engaging.
In terms of preparing for teaching and learning, the ability to use iPads and Apple products has been transformative. So for the children to be able at such a young age to access such great platforms, such great apps to showcase their learning, it provides such an easy, accessible way to get the children involved and engaged in lessons.
I love using Apple's app Keynotes. It allows me to really use presentations in a new manner. For example, I used it in biology to create animations for photosynthesis and the nutrient cycle. This was amazing because it allowed me to show the animations between the processes, and it really made the process seem very collaborative and effective.
I think they make learning way more fun and more interactive in lesson. I like iMovie. It's really good for editing and I love using it in computer science and drama.
With Apple iPads, we have the option of much more flexibility. The children can work in different spaces using apps. We can take them outside, we can move them around, they can communicate much better. You know, the collaborative learning is a real strong point.
In remote learning, the iPad was really great for learning together as a team, and also it was great for collaboration since it made a really nice learning environment.
So I think one of the main advantages is that Apple devices are used in the music industry. They are industry standard, and so this is giving the students kind of real world experience. It helps them to actually make the music relevant to the styles that they are wanting to be creating and composing in. We often have students who have taken something we've done in a classroom, and even without us asking them to, they'll come back a few weeks later and go, "Sir, I've used GarageBand or I've used Logic to create this." We're always still using guitars and keyboards, but using the technology helps to kind of integrate that in a way that's more relevant to the 21st century.
Apple devices has such a wide variety of different tools for me to express my music talent and sort of ideas and sort of produce the sounds that I want to make.
I think it has opened a whole new world of different types of music that children wouldn't normally explore. It provides children with access to digital audio workstation, which in today's environment is fundamental. We're moving to more digital music, and the Songmaker app really opens that door because it leads on to working in GarageBand, and which leads on to working in Pro Logic up at A levels. The children are having a lot of fun, and what I've noticed is that they're keen to carry on work at home.
My favorite app would be Logic Pro X. I use it to compose all of my music. For practical, it's really good because the range of instruments and the sounds that it has on the device it's broad and it's brilliant. You can search for exactly what you want and get that sound that you're thinking of. And once I've got it and I've created my piece and I've adapted it with the technology, I can share it with my friends and they can hear what I've produced, and it really helps.
So it's really helpful because we have our MacBooks, but we also have the iPads in our department. So what we can do is sync what we do. So with the Mac, it's more stationary and stays at the front, but if we're using our iPads, we can take those around and then interact with the students and show them on the iPad, which is really helpful. Using Apple devices, I think, are great because it allows students to experiment in a way that they wouldn't do perhaps with traditional materials with arts. So we have things like Sketches School, and it's not just used in the secondary, it goes all the way from primary. They've started to use it there too, for them to explore their ideas. And then we also have Keynote, which is great for presentations or animation even. And in those, the students can share what they're doing with each other and actually collaborate.
I really like Procreate because it makes learning really fun, and especially when you're in art, you can use it to do lots of things like make your work more colorful, and I think it's just a really nice learning tool.
One of the really powerful things as a computer scientist is that most of the Apple technology, it just works. And I think that's really powerful. I think that first experience is so important, and having that friendly Apple environment to begin with is so useful. So when you look at the Swift Playground, to begin with, it's very gamified, and slowly but surely we introduce the text, we introduce text-based languages, and then we're able to create real apps with real power and potential. They're able to get things out into the real world and share with the world. And so that's incredible. We're so impressed with what our students are doing.
Apple devices are very helpful for classes like Tinker. They're very useful for understanding coding and the order of things to program a computer.
My favorite app is Swift Playgrounds. A while ago I made an app because I saw my younger cousins playing where they move objects around, and I thought I could make that. It has really helped me to think outside the box, coming up with different solutions to find problems in my code.
Using Apple devices in school definitely helped my coding journey because Apple devices being so simple and accessible to use helps me realize that everyone can code, and looking at how simple some of the interfaces were made me inspired to realize that I could make something similar. At Garden, it led my coding journey to allow me to experiment and learn more about machine learning, which is a subset of artificial intelligence, something that only students in university or graduate level get to learn, which is such an exciting and interesting experience.
I think at Garden, the Apple integrated devices provide a very stable environment to learn and develop your skills. One of the examples for computer science would be Xcode, which is Apple's own code editor for developing iOS and mobile apps. It's very good to expose people to this sort of software very early, just so they can learn on some of the best.
Well, it's all about our amazing students, so the personal growth and development of our students and their accomplishments. We've really leveraged technology in order to impact on continuous innovation and improvement, which ensures that we meet our vision and our goals on bringing out the best in all of our learners.
Our core values at GIS are really important to us. One value in particular that stands out is excellence. So our continual improvement in everything we do, we're always striving for that. So it makes me feel really proud to have this partnership with Apple and be an Apple Distinguished School to make this possible.